Hey, welcome back everyone. I'm Ishan Sharma. Hope you're doing amazing. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about my recent interview that just happened. I was actually interviewing for a lot of different positions, and recently I got this interview for a social media marketing position at a startup. Obviously, cannot take the name of it, but I gave that interview. I got the application for this job, and I worked there for one complete week, and I didn't like it, so I left it at the end because I wasn't feeling happy. And more on that in some different video, but here you will be seeing a complete live unedited version of what a real interview looks like. I think that a lot of people don't understand what a real interview looks like, and so they are afraid of what will happen into that interview. They are afraid of what the questions will be asked. So I hope this video will help you guys to understand exactly what is asked in a real job interview. I hope you will learn from this. This is going to be long, but yeah, make sure that you subscribe to the channel also, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and also hit a like and let me know if you are interviewing for any positions in the comment section below. And now let's jump into the interview. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Ishan. This is
Yeah, how are you?
good. Thanks for time to talk.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Ishan, to get started, if you could just walk me through your CV, what have you done, what got you here? I think that will be very helpful in me sort of forming a picture about your candidature.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what I did is that from the first semester in college, I started learning web development and machine learning as well. I started off with Python, and I built a lot of projects along the way, and then I got into machine learning. And then my vacations came along after first semester, and that is when I thought of starting my own, sort of a podcast and a YouTube channel. And that is when I started getting into this whole social media marketing and understanding about how social media works. And I mean, I already knew how to make websites, how to use a WordPress and all that, and using modern technologies like React to build websites. So I did know a little bit of like digital marketing, SEO optimization and all. And then I was starting to use Instagram, and so I learned about how Instagram works and what sort of content is more engaging with people. And that is how I started making content on it. And I think that I figured out that slide decks and carousels are actually really are the best way to create engagement on social media.
What is the best way?
Carousels, the
Okay.
10 picture posts.
Mhm.
So I think, yeah, I've actually made a lot of those. I started learning about graphic design, right? And then I have a developer group in my college. It's called DevSoc. You can check it out on Instagram at DevSoc So I started designing posters for them, like carousels for them. So I used to make them and I used to post them on their Instagram, and that helped them gain followers. So yeah, I did that, and also for my own page on Instagram, I did that.
Correct. If you could share the link to these Instagram pages, engine, that'll be very helpful.
Sure, I'll actually. Is this number for WhatsApp? I can WhatsApp you the things.
Sure.
Okay, I'll WhatsApp you. Yeah.
Sorry. Um, what semester are you in right now?
Right now, I finished my second semester just like yesterday. Classes got over because of the lockdown, and we will be giving our exams in August, and after that, I'll be entering second year in college.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, I'm studying or electrical engineering.
Yeah, electrical engineering.
Electrical. Why did you choose electrical?
Why did I choose? That is because of my marks that I got in BITSAT. So it's like the cutoff for. I mean, I wanted computer science obviously because I'm passionate about computer science and how computers work. So I did that, but I could not get enough marks to get into computer science. So the next best option in BITS Pilani was electrical engineering.
Okay.
So I missed by like 10 marks or something. So yeah.
Um, it's a little your journey on Instagram. What is your page about? What do you talk about? What sort of audience do you have? How do you attract that audience?
Okay, yeah. So I have a podcast which in which I talk to entrepreneurs and YouTubers and researchers and all that. So far, I've had like around 18 people on the podcast, and there are like around 32 or something episodes on my podcast so far. It's been 3 months, and so far it has had like around 6,500 views, like combining all of the episodes. Okay, and on my Instagram page, I actually put out teaser videos of the podcast. I edit them myself. I put out the a part of the podcast, like it's actually like a long 20-minute episode. So I just take like the 2 minutes that I think is something that is attracting, right? And then I edit it and then I put it on my Instagram, and I use relevant hashtags and a combination of hashtags, like some hashtags have like a higher post and some have lower amount of posts, so I use a combination of them to make sure that my post gets discovered in the top of the explore page.
Okay.
And also I've been active on LinkedIn. So recently I've started uploading videos on LinkedIn of me just talking about stuff that I'm reading or that I'm exploring right now. And but like previously I used to do a lot of updates, like articles and posts, regular posts on LinkedIn. And so as a result of that, I have around like 17 1,800 like followers on LinkedIn just because of my content.
So if we were to give you money on your Instagram channel, how would you start that advertising?
Pardon, what?
If if you were to give you money to run promotional content or promotional channel,
Yeah.
how would you? I mean, what sort of post would you create on that?
Okay, so what I have observed right now is that Instagram stories promoting on Instagram stories is actually a really good way to do it. So I would actually create a video about,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll actually if you can make a video of how you make these things, and so I can actually edit them again in the 16:9 format, and then I can put it on Instagram stories. It's just cheap and it gets more attention, I would say, and you can literally just direct them to your website.
Okay. If you've done a few videos in the past, can you also share like a link or two as well?
Yeah, exactly. I have my own
Give
YouTube
us a
channel.
link.
Okay, so on my YouTube channel, I post like 5 videos every single day, every single week. I edit them by myself and I upload them. I make sure that the videos are optimized for SEO. So yeah, I can definitely share with you the links of my YouTube and my podcast and Instagram links.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about SEO.
Hmm.
For a page with static content, like an e-commerce page, like a product page, for instance, with with largely static content, how would you structure the SEO for that page? For
For
an
a static
e-commerce
page,
product page. Yeah.
I would find out relative keywords for that particular thing. Like if it is an e-commerce page and you're selling bottles, so I would find out what keywords are related to bottles. I would search on Google. There are actually multiple plugins, basically Chrome extensions that give you a list of keywords that are being searched on the internet, and I would make sure that I put them in the the static site for that particular product.
Okay.
Hmm.
And have you ever done paid advertising?
I have not.
Okay. Sorry.
Mhm.
Do you understand the larger concept around paid advertising?
I do know like how targeting and all works because I have taken like tutorials on that. So I know how Facebook targeting works, how you can select the pin code for like let's say that you operate only in Delhi NCR in a particular place. So you can put in the pin code for that, and also you can select the particular gender that you want to target, and people that have the interest that you want to market towards. So you can do that on Facebook as well as on Instagram. So yeah.
Okay. So let me give you an example. I mean, so let's say you were trying to advertise for BMW, and you were essentially focused on collecting leads for people that might be interested in buying your car.
Okay.
You had a budget to spend. How would you target the advertising? What platforms would you use? And how will you targeting? I mean, how will you decide what targeting?
I would actually choose people that are affluent, that I mean that they have the money to actually afford that kind of a thing, right?
How
And I
will
would
you
choose,
figure out if they're upload?
again, I think there are options for that in the Facebook ads options,
Not massively,
advanced.
unfortunately.
Hmm?
I mean, Facebook doesn't tell you. You target only rich people, doesn't stuff like that.
Okay. Um,
What other ways could you use to target them?
we can actually look for
What
like
characteristics?
localities
What
that
will
in
people
which
have?
people live. Like there are
Okay.
certain localities where people that are, that they can afford, they live in that particular area. Like I'm currently living in Mumbai, so the Juhu area is where all the celebrities and people live. So I can actually target them, and so that will ensure that that part of people get those sort of ads on Facebook.
Okay.
Mhm.
What else? How else will you figure out
Age
if a
I can
person is
actually
upload?
choose, because it's more likely that a person who is more than like around 35 to more than 35 years would have that much money to afford a BMW than a person who is just a, you know 20 in his 20s to afford that kind of a luxury.
Okay. What else?
What else?
I mean, so let's focus on the affluent segment first. So location or like figuring out which locality they live in is one. How else will you figure it out?
Age is one
What
factor,
other?
and also
Sorry.
age is a factor.
Okay.
And then we can maybe look at if they've actually liked the pages of BMW and all that. Like there's options, right? Like if you like, if
Yes,
you
but I
like
mean,
the,
it's like I mean, everyone likes luxury cars. Very few can actually afford it.
yeah, that makes sense. But like if you can take an intersection of people that live in that particular locality and have that age group and like that particular type of car, then we might have.
What other characteristics do you think rich people would have?
Okay, let me think. So
Yeah.
um, I don't know, that's actually a good question. I've never thought of that.
Right. So let's say, I mean, let's move out of the Facebook ecosystem or the Instagram ecosystem and just try and identify for me what behavior would you associate, I mean, with rich people?
For what?
What behavior would you associate with rich people? So like what is like that
They
more
like to spend
identifiable?
more.
But it's very difficult to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
That information is almost never available. What else? I mean, that's like by default how you assess. I mean, that's like thinking you packet of like it's better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about behavior that is easier to understand. I'll give you an example. For instance, it's easy to figure out what a device a person is using, and based on that device, you can actually assess. I mean, to with a reasonable certainty, what's capacity, what's spending
Okay,
capacity
sure. So like if we can sense that that person has, like, let's say iPhones, so that
Yeah.
person has a higher capacity
Yes.
to buy things, right?
Yes. What else?
So like basically the premium smartphone segment, like the, like let's say OnePlus and the
Sure.
Samsung
Yeah, I
Galaxy.
mean, the phone is one device is one thing. What else?
Phone is one device, then you can look out for laptops.
How would you identify a laptop?
I mean, like if it can detect that that particular person uses that particular laptop.
But unlike smartphones, you don't actually. I mean, someone is using an Acer something something, all you get to know is that it's a Windows device. That's
Hmm.
it. You don't get to see it's an i7, i5. That
Yeah.
information is never provided.
Hmm. But again, if that
All
person
right,
uses MacBooks, then we can
we can
understand, we can have a
yes,
rough guesstimate of that
yeah.
person having.
So we've discussed devices already. Let's move on from devices. Just help me figure out um, how will you identify a rich person? What behaviors, etc., would you associate with them?
I mean, a rich person would maybe be going to luxurious trips and like maybe staying in hotels and all.
Yeah, very good.
So if we can somehow detect that that person uh, stays at hotels and goes on trips and vacations
Sure.
for more frequency than what normal people do, then maybe we can
Okay.
understand that that person has a more tendency to spend.
Okay. Fair enough. What
uh,
else?
Facebook can detect the locations, right?
Yes. But I mean, again, I'm not talking about Facebook right now. Just like in general, tell me. I mean, this is a good trend. What
Yeah.
else? What other behaviors could you identify or like could associate with rich people?
Hmm. I can't think of any other than that.
Okay. So let's say there was no feature for you to identify women on a platform. How, just by behavior, would you identify men versus women?
Can you repeat that?
Let's say there was no identifying gender available, but you still wanted to only target women. How will you target women?
Well, they would be buying stuff that is that what women buy, right? Like beauty products and all that.
So buying behavior is one. What else?
And they would, hmm, I think buying behavior can have a pretty good estimate for if that person is women or not. And besides
Sorry,
from
what?
that,
We covered buying behavior. What else?
okay, uh, I don't know. I can't think of anything other than that.
Okay. I imagine you've thought about how your school or your college would look like after the COVID thing, or like when it reopens, right?
Yeah.
If you were in the school management, how would you have, I mean, and you wanted to get people back in July or August, I imagine that, the pandemic won't be over by then, right? You still be, I mean,
Yeah.
you still have a lot of cases,
Hmm.
there'll be new cases every day, and how will you manage the student populace? How will you organize classes and everything else if you were a decision maker?
I would say that again, social distancing will be a must. Like this isn't
Okay.
something that can be taken care of once and for all, the pandemic. So this will persist even after that particular time, like July and all. But its effect would be reduced. Like it won't be as exponential as it is right now. So again, I think that large gatherings like in lecture halls and all, like I when I study in BITS Goa, it has like one lecture hall where like 400 people sit. They will have to do something to reduce that. So maybe like increase the like we have for one subject we have various lecture periods. So like if you want to study computer science, you can go for various times. So they can actually increase that to so that less people actually sit in a particular lecture hall, so that that increases the uh, prevention that we can take care of. And again, they can also do stuff like on online classrooms in college itself. Like we can sit in our rooms and the professor can sit in his house and you can have an interaction like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Did you take maths? You probably had maths, right? How would
Yeah.
you find area under the graph?
Integration.
Okay. How will you programmatically integrate an equation? I mean, if I gave you the starting and the end limits,
Yeah.
How will you programmatically? I mean, you do a little bit of coding, right?
Yeah, it is integration is basically like repeated sum of whatever you want to find out.
Okay. Good. Uh, Perfect. Could help me figure out a way. I mean, just walk me through how you'll calculate the number of, let's say, uh, Costco balls or like tennis balls required to sort of fill up that 400 people lecture hall. How will you go about calculating the number?
Okay, so if I know the volume of the particular lecture hall, and I know
I
the
mean, how will you figure out the volume?
so I don't know the volume of the lecture hall, and I have unlimited number of
How will
Costco
you
balls.
figure it out? Yeah.
Okay, so like one
I
is
know
a
there's a number.
brute force approach that I'll just start with filling in as much as possible, and then once there is no more space, I will understand that okay, this is like X number of balls have filled into this complete lecture hall, and then one ball has this much volume, so I can estimate that that would have at least that much volume, because obviously there are interstitial spaces that are not occupied by the particular ball.
Okay. I mean, all I wanted to know is the number of volumes required. Help me calculate that right now.
Number of balls.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't have a particular number for the volume of the room, how can I mean, like, how can I do that?
How will you estimate it?
Um, can you give me any hints on this?
Sorry?
Can you give me any hints on this?
Uh, Why don't you think about it for a minute and let me know? I mean, it doesn't have to be an instant answer. Think about it.
Okay. Okay, so like if you think about it in the sense of like an equation, so let's say that the lecture hall has a volume capital V, and a particular ball has small v volume, and let's say that n balls will be required, and so I can actually write an equation that would be like capital V equals to n times small v plus d, which would be the spaces between the balls that will be accumulated into the lecture hall. And so
Yeah.
using that, I can actually find the value of small n, which would be v minus d by small v.
Yeah. I need you to estimate. I need you to give me an estimate for n.
You want me to give me a number?
For n. Yeah.
How can I give you a number if I don't know the dimensions? I mean,
All right. So that's all right, Hassan. Um, do you have any questions for me?
um, I want to know like what do you think about the PPT that I sent you?
No, it's good. That's why we're talking. I think it has some good ideas in it.
Okay, yeah. Hmm. What is your expectation for this position?
I think, I mean, again, for any position, trying to do is sort of hire people that are smarter than us. Still, I think are coachable and trainable. The internship program for us, if we to groom people we will hire in the future.
Okay.
So the internship program is where we also end up extending offer letters. It doesn't matter if you're a first year student or not.
Hmm.
We'll, again, for us, it's very important that we hire smart people. Whether you know something or not, whether you understand the particular thing right now is not important. People can always be trained on different aspects
Yeah.
of how business works.
Hmm.
But it's just about smart and hardworking people.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So
All right. Anything else to come?
no, you let me know what is the outcome of this interview.
Yeah, give us 2 to 3 days and we'll get back to you.
Okay, I'll actually send you the links to all of the
Yes, please do. So your YouTube channel as well as the Instagram, please
and my
send it.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye
Great.
bye.
Fantastic. Yes, bye-bye.
Hmm. I had no idea like what sort of a question that is. I mean, so basically he asked me, I have a lecture hall. Okay, BITS goes like lecture hall, and I have Costco balls. How many Costco balls can fit into the lecture hall? I mean, how can I tell that, right? I mean, obviously I can say something like I don't know, like 10,000 Costco balls or something, but how will I justify that or something? I don't know. That is one question that he asked. Another question that I think he asked is actually how would you find out the behavior of a rich person? To which we would actually sell a BMW car. And also, how would you justify that a person is a woman or a man just based on their activity on the internet? So yeah, I mean, I think that is what he asked. This was actually kind of it felt like a coding interview to me. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, that is how a social media interning position interview looks like. I hope you learned something from this. Let me know what the answer to that question would be. I think this was some sort of like a brain teaser or something that no company asks, but whatever. All right, guys, I'll see you. Bye bye.